What changes would you make to a Google My Business profile to reach areas outside your zone?
So part of that is hard because of the vicinity update, but if this is a service area business, it might not. So some of the things are mentioning the different service areas, and different things in your profile. And now one thing is, so how far out are these service areas?
It's typically mostly up to a 45-mile radius from their core service town.
Yeah, because the reason I ask is because with your Google Business profile, it's like a maximum, if you're for a service area business, it's a maximum of 200 miles. So so that's why I was asking that. But yeah, for 45 miles, that shouldn't be that hard. And the other thing is that some people look at and do is their service area there, they're not going to have an actual address, because sometimes people will actually open up an office in that, but then they would have to have, they can't have a service area and a physical address. They'd have to have one or the other. So they had two physical addresses, but it doesn't sound like they want to do that.
Well, they do have a physical address, because they have customers visit their
they do. Okay,
office as
so
well,
they have so they have a physical address, but they service like a 45 a geographic location. Make
about 5
sure
counties in 3 states. Yeah.
Okay. So then I would go in and make it a hybrid Google Business profile, where basically you've got the address and you add the cities in there. And then talk about the different cities in your Google Business profile. Make sure you're mentioning those
In the actual description.
Yeah, well, we're not really, the description you can, because people will look at that. Make sure that you put your service areas in there as well. Under your address, there's going to be something that says service areas. Make sure you add those. And there was something I was going to say and I just forgot. Reviews. So in Google reviews, if you've got a client, so like, let's say their client, they did in one of these cities you want to target, you can't really, you're not supposed to be, telling people, okay, I want you to write a review for me and this is what you need to write. But you can tell them, like, help us out and write a review. By the way, it'd be great if you could mention where you are, because we're trying to get more people. Having that city in the review could help.
Yeah, that makes sense. Never thought about
I think it's okay to prompt people to say, hey, when you give me a review, be sure to tell people where and what we did for you and where.
Yes.
And that way they mention the service and where. I can't believe you came all the way out here to York just to do my toilet.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Okay, now we got York, South Carolina in there, right?
Yeah. Prompt them for sure with things like that. Yeah.
Cool,
that could definitely help the reviews. Getting some of those locations names in the reviews would really help.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. What a wonderful, great little tip. Thank you.
And well, so the other thing with the vicinity update, that's a Google algorithm update, is that especially being that it has an office and a physical address, it is kind of hard. It's harder to rank outside, like further away you get. So, and this is more related to like service area businesses. So, so for example, if there's a landscaping company and they don't have a physical address, they just have a service area, and where they verify their Google Business profile, that's going to be what Google says is their center. So like, let's say your client, their house is like way out here, but they want to target a different location because that's where their clients with the money that they want are at. So they're going to have a hard time reaching these clients out here if they're verified way out here. So they're going to want to see if there's a way to have a verified address, which is pursuant to Google guidelines, really kind of in the middle of their service area. That's kind of a little off on a tangent, but it's important to kind of know when you're dealing with service area businesses.